down the right field line. Otherwise, that could have cleared the bases, but instead it's a long first strike. Cunningham, the 6'2" right-hander from Martinsville, Virginia, at Marymount College. He's going to chop that one out towards right field, but right at the right fielder and Hood. Tagging is the third baseman.
There it is.
And gets him just in time, but he missed the tag. Williams missed it. So good base running by Josh Cope, the pitcher. And Williams just missed the tag on a beautiful throw out from right field from Hood. So it becomes a sacrifice fly. It's 2-1.
Man, right on cue to be able to get out of that, but a great throw by Will Hood. And Williams just missed the, should you say, the shoelaces, but right on the cue from Will Hood there in right field.
Would have been a very beautiful double play, but instead it's a long out. Does bring in a run.
You dream about those if you're the outfield.
That next pitch is going to be chopped on the ground. Second baseman Martinez will throw it over to Yelich for the third out. So just one comes across. And it's a 2-1 game after an inning and a half. Ryan Manning gets out of the work that he did. And we'll take a quick break before we come back for the bottom half of the second.
Oliver's Towing and Recovery is a family-owned and operated local business since 1965. This local family business does towing and recovery in and surrounding areas of Granville County. Oliver's Towing and Recovery also does jump starts, lockouts, tire changes, fuel delivery, local and long-distance tows, and medium and heavy-duty towing. Call today if you need a pick-me-up from Oliver's Towing and Recovery at 919-693-2520. That's 919-693-2520, or find them online at oliverstowingllc.com. There's nothing too big or too small for Oliver's Towing and Recovery.
From the lake to the beach or just right next door, Deep Blue HVAC can make sure you're up and running today correctly. No excuse, no reason not to be prepared for every season. Give Charles with Deep Blue HVAC a call today at 919-725-1026. Whether it's hot or cold in your home, get that temperature gauge in the perfect zone. 919-725-1026 to contact Deep Blue HVAC.
Now's the best time of year to get more for your money on new Mahindras. Enjoy 0% interest or save thousands of dollars on rugged Mahindra tractors. That's more for less on many of Mahindra's best-selling models, with tractors that deliver more lift capacity, fuel efficiency, and built-in weight. Save more on Mahindra today. Visit Vanco Outdoor Equipment, your local Mahindra tractor dealer. 0% APR. Financing available for limited time only. See us or go to MahindraUSA.com for more information.
Audio Jungle.
Back inside JB Flaherty Park, Josh Bartosik, Trey Snyder on the call. 2-1 game in favor of the Wake Forest Fungo. We still see Josh Cope on the mound. That brings up Penn Seeley. And he looks at a first pitch strike.
He's got the same kind of mindset there, a little relaxation, good attitude there for Penn Seeley, as he did with pitching.
Seeley's going to line the next pitch he sees on the ground towards third. A long throw over to first. Good job for a Southern 2 Norton for the first out in the bottom half of this second inning.
Now batting the extra hitter, number 41.
That brings up Hunter Stone, the extra hitter. So Hunter Stone hitting .389 this season with 5 runs and 9 RBIs. Went 1 for 3 with an RBI in the win over the Steamers yesterday. First pitch in there for strike 1.
Got 18 at bats, 21 plate appearances, .389 on the year. When he's played this summer, he's been pretty impressive.
Well, he was the number 6 catcher coming out of high school in the state of North Carolina, ranked by Perfect Game. So he has the ability to hit the long ball. He's hit 2 so far this summer for the Fungo. Finds something in 0-2 count. He's to hit that one deep down the left field line, but hooking well foul. So count stays at 0-2.
They're getting a nice little get the bat on the ball. Just a little bit early on that for just like Nick Badgett hit it over the tree line there on the foul line.
Another 0-2 pitch. That one in the dirt and outside. Ball 1. Another foul ball by Hunter Stone, so it's still a 1-2 count. With one going here in the bottom half of this second inning. A 2-1 ball. A reminder, it is just a 7-inning contest today. That pitch on the outside corner seemed to be a bit off, but a nice job, nice frame job behind the dish by Evans. Gets Stone to get out on a called third strike, 2 away.
That's the look we see from Anthony Mita a lot. Stone kind of stared at the audience, stared back at us, and stared at the umpire.
So that brings up Jason Yellick playing first base tonight. A .263 average with 4 runs and 6 RBIs. And that first pitch he sees well outside for ball 1. Went 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs in the win yesterday against the Steamers. A reminder that the Fungo have won. They were on a 7-game win streak before they lost a game on Monday to the Ashboro Zookeepers and then won again. So they won 8 out of the last 9 games.
What a name, Zookeepers.
I do believe Ashboro
Impressive.
is around where the North Carolina Zoo is, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, yeah.
It's around that area. So it is a nice, nice little nod to that area. But 2-0 count now to Jason Yellow, the 10-hole hitter in today's contest. Cope's next pitch right down the middle, strike 1. Jason Yellick from Wake Tech Community College hit .216 with 10 RBIs for the Eagles this past season. He fouls the next pitch he sees behind third base. Count now even at 2 apiece with 2 gone. And similar to how the first inning went, Cope got the first 2 batters quickly and struggling to find that pitch to get the final out in this bottom half of the second. That pitch right down the middle and off speed, and that's back-to-back strikeouts looking, and a good bounce-back inning from Cope. It's 2-1. We'll take a quick break before the top half of the third.
Ready to get back in the game? Great news. The movement experts at Breakthrough Physical Therapy can help athletes and their families find pain relief with lasting results to keep you off the sidelines. With over 20 convenient locations across North Carolina and South Carolina, contact Breakthrough today at breakthrough-pt.com to see a physical therapist. Breakthrough Physical Therapy, a trusted choice for keeping athletes and their fans in the game. Now's the best time of year to get more for your money on new Mahindras. Enjoy 0% interest or save thousands of dollars on rugged Mahindra tractors. That's more for less on many of Mahindra's best-selling models, with tractors that deliver more lift capacity, fuel efficiency, and built-in weight. Save more on Mahindra today. Visit Vanco Outdoor Equipment, your local Mahindra tractor dealer. 0% APR. Financing available for limited time only. See us or go to MahindraUSA.com for more information. Unforgettaballs.com. 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 Now that I have your attention, I want to take a moment to tell you about Unforgettaballs.com. Unforgettaballs.com specializes in hand-painted baseballs for every baseball fan. They also create a customized coaster, bottle opener, and so much more. Visit their website today at unforgettaballs.com and follow them on all of their social media outlets today. That's unforgettaballs.com.
Audio Jungle.
Top half of the third inning here at JB Flaherty Park. Josh Bartos again, Trace Denied, giving you the coverage of Wake Forest Fungo baseball on the Nextdoor Radio app, nextdoorradio.com, and the Wake Forest Fungo YouTube live stream. A 2-1 game, a quick 1-2-3 inning in the bottom half of the second for the Fungo after a run came across to score in the top half of the second. And the first pitch that Parker Evans seems to be lined directly to Martinez makes a nice little jumping play at second That ball hit just slowly enough for him to be able to make the play. So
That
one
brings us
pitch,
back to the
one
top of
out,
the lineup
start the
for the
top of the third.
shortstop, number 8, Kate
Nice grab.
Ethier.
Kind of timed it perfectly there for Martinez. It was a nice hit ball, but just hung up just long enough for Martinez to get it.
Kind of died in the air
Yeah.
almost. So the lineup rolls over. That brings up Caden Ethier for the second time. Ethier, who struck out swinging his first time up.
So a good start here for Manny after giving up one run in the top of the second.
That pitch low for a ball. So Ethier at Montreat College. Did not play this past year for the Cavaliers. That pitch in there for a strike, evens the count at 1 apiece.
Umpires being consistent behind the plate, calling those inside and outside.
So Manning already finding the strike zone a little more easily than he did in the second, and that pitch going to be lined under the glove of the third baseman, Wheeler, for a single for the leadoff man, Caden Ethier, the one-hole hitter, I should say, instead.
Now
That
batting
brings
the
up
second
Joe
baseman,
Specht with
number
one gone
18,
and a runner
Joe
on.
Specht.
Specht, who flew out into left field his first time up. From Jamestown, North Carolina, played at Southwest Guilford High School under Coach Reed Holmes. First pitch he sees the ball. It was a 3-time All-Metro Conference selection for the Cowboys and hit .304 his senior season as a captain while scoring 43 runs. 1-0 pitch down the middle, strike one. Was also, thanks to that big senior season, was honored as Southwest Guilford's Athlete of the Year before committing to UNC Wilmington. 1-1 pitch to Specht to be fouled behind the dish, strike two.
Oh, Jamestown, North Carolina. Paper plant out that way. Used to go through that way when I lived at the beach and drove that way up to Charleston.
I love the little tidbits you have on each one
Oh,
of
I'm
these.
ready today.
These little cities. We're going to need them. There's a lot of little unknown North Carolina areas.
Oh, man.
for
Yeah.
These guys, we're not unknown to them, unknown to us, or at least one of us up here in the broadcast booth. I am not nearly as knowledgeable as my broadcast partner. The pickoff move over to first, unsuccessful. Ethier gets back in safely.
My days of driving at 5 a.m. in the morning and trying to get there by 7 over in Charleston. Gotta love it.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah. That's where I started drinking black coffee.
There you go. We all start somewhere. 1-2 pitch, foul down the left field line again. That one near the little batting cage area.
You a coffee drinker?
I am, but not a hot coffee drinker. More of an
Cold
iced
brew?
co-
I got
more of
you.
a cold brew. I've recently become accustomed to the cold brews in the early morning. Drink them more at college versus
Okay,
back
yeah.
home, because back home I'm, for the most part, I can wake up whenever I want. Since our game days don't start till a nice early 6:30 in the afternoon. That one hit on the ground. Martinez thought about throwing to second, but will instead just toss it over to Yelich at first for the second out. So we'll move the runner over to second. But 2 outs now
the first baseman, number 26,
in the top half of the third.
I used to fill my coffee up with, cream, sugar, and whatnot. Now I can't think of the thought or think about the sugar and all that stuff piled in the coffee. So it's all natural, pure, just black coffee. Just love it.
That takes some courage. I'm not gonna
Oh
lie.
man, it's a lot cheaper.
Well, this is
But
true.
two, you don't have to worry about it when you're in a rush. You just grab a cup of coffee and call it a day.
Does make it easier. I have to be a little more specific with my cold brews. It used to just be lattes back when I was first trying to drink, which first year of college started my caffeine addiction. 0-1 pitch going to be lined sharply under the glove of the third baseman. They're going to send the runner home. The throw in from left field going to be not in time, go over the glove. Manning backstopping behind Williams, but that allows Norton to move up with a double and now tie the game up at 2 apiece.
Now batting the pitcher, number 9, Josh Cope.
So a 2-2 game after some hard hit singles.
Just hard enough under the third baseman's glove.
So a 2-2 game. Josh Cope still on the mound for the Locos, now at the dish for the second time. Manning throws a ball on the first pitch.
He's been getting under Lawson's glove here this evening. They're hit hard ground ball, so he hasn't had a chance to just out of reach.
1-0 pitch inside 2-0. Yeah, that last one was an absolute screamer that I don't think a lot of third basemen in the summer league or really potentially even in the major leagues are going to be able to make that play. The throw was just a little bit offline from Arndt out there in left field. Next pitch inside, so 3-0 count now to the pitcher and the designated hitter who walked and came all the way around to score the first run of the day for the Locos in the last inning. Now has a chance to drive in the go-ahead run here in the third. And each run in this 7-inning game is ever so crucial. 6 less outs. Feels like the game's already halfway done at this point, if you think about it from a outsider perspective. But it's a 4-pitch walk to Josh Cope, who's now walked twice. That brings up Thomas Bowman, who was hit by a pitch his first time up, and we're already seeing some more of the control issues for Manning. See someone up there in the bullpen for the Fungo. Bowman lines the first pitch he sees out towards Arndt at left, and he'll make that catch for the third and final out. But another run comes across to score, and the score is now tied at 2 apiece. The Fungo will try to retake the lead in the bottom half of the third.
Welcome to the town of Wake Forest, home of Fungo Baseball. We're glad you have joined us today in the Forest, and we're especially proud to have Mitchell Heating and Cooling as a sponsor and a supporter of Wake Forest Fungo Baseball. Mitchell Heating and Cooling's rich tradition is built on a reputation of quality, integrity, and a great value for the customer's dollar. For over 50 years, Mitchell Heating and Cooling has continuously met its customers' needs by maintaining, servicing, designing, and installing quality systems that will stand the test of time. Mitchell Heating and Cooling is a premier-level Trane comfort specialist that has been certified by Trane as having met Trane's stringent standards and is committed to being the best in every aspect of business. Reach out to us today at mitchellhvac.com for all your heating and cooling needs. Enjoy your day here in the Forest, and roll Fungo!
Hey, we made it easy for you here on Next Door Radio and nextdoorradio.com. Available now by way of the Google and Apple Store is the Next Door Radio app. Anywhere you want to go, you can take Next Door with you. All the local talk programs, all local sports, and a great mix of 70s, 80s classic rock you can now take anywhere you want to go by download the Nextdoor Radio app today. Available Google and Apple stores.
Bottom half of the third inning here for the Wake Forest Fungo. Josh Bartosa, Trey Snide, bringing you the call on nextdoorradio.com, the Nextdoor Radio app, and the Wake Forest Fungo live stream. Back-to-back runs in back-to-back, or one run in back-to-back innings for the Locos to tie this game up at 2. Josh Cope still on the mound, facing Jason Arndt for the second time, who looks at a first pitch ball. Arndt popped up to third to lead off the game for the Fungo. Hitting .220 this season with 2 RBIs and 11 runs. The next pitch also bounces in at 2-0 count.
Hit that sac fly during the comeback, or should you say, have the lead until the
ninth inning. That wild
11-12 game.
Position player galore on the mound. There was one guy on the opposing team. His arm was going to line a hard hit single into left field. So anything the Locos can do, he can do better. He lines that one over the head of the third baseman, Grayson Southern, for a leadoff single.
That's one of the hardest hit balls we've seen from Arndt here this season. And it's going to be good getting you mentioned batting .220 on the year. If we can get with 6 home games remaining and then 8 or 9 games for the remaining of the season, if we can get Jason going, I mean, it's game over. One of the hottest hitters, once he starts connecting, it's hard to be stopped for the Fungo.
He's been playing a little bit better. Had a hit in yesterday's contest, came around to score. First pitch to Nick Badgett, outside and high, ball 1. Arndt also has 3 stolen bases on the season, so could potentially see him make some movement over there at first. Badger, who flew out directly towards left field his first time up, back in the first. That pitch going to be chopped on the ground towards the third baseman. Southern can't get the play. It bounces off his glove and rolled directly towards Ethier. So that should be scored as an error for the third baseman. That will allow both runners to advance, or the runner to advance and both men
Now
to
batting
be
the
safe.
shortstop, number 6.
So runners on
Anthony
first and second,
Villa.
no outs.
Yeah, coaching mound visit again. They're coming to here to Wake Forest. Only 2 pitchers on the roster, and we have a pitching change here. Number 20 will come in.
This will be Bailey Ray for the
Coming in to pitch
Locos.
for High Point, number 20, Bailey Ray.
McLeansville, North Carolina, from Guilford Tech Community College. Went to Northeast Guilford High School. 27 appearances on the mound in 2 seasons. So the main story so far, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but the main story so far in these innings has been the defensive side of the ball for the Locos. They're just not able to make any of these plays in the infield so far.
Yeah, I mean, they're hard-hit balls. Again, Pope got a little bit tired. You saw that in the beginning of one of his warm-up pitches where he was walking a little bit slower, wasn't excited to be out there. I mean, it's hot. It's 86 degrees, sunny, not much wind. Of course, we're in the press box, so it's wind blowing in. But it's good to see a pitcher come out here. Again, only the last remaining pitcher on the roster, so here today. Again, across the nation for Summer League ball, we talked about it with the GM, Brad Miles, at the beginning of the game. Across the nation, each team is struggling with pitchers having on the roster, so we're going to see a lot more of position players, which we saw from the Fungo the other night on that walk-off win from Jason Hart, that we have guys that are capable of being able to come off the position, either first, shortstop, or whatnot, and come into pitch. So, advantage Fungo.
Well, we are reaching near the end, just about a week and a half, 2 weeks left, and the first pitch Mita sees is a strike.
There's that shaking head again.
He loves to be non-vocally adamant about what he sees. So runners on first and second, but there is only about 2-3 weeks left in this summer league season, and so a lot of those guys are starting to maybe just, start focusing on the actual college season coming up. They have to start warming up for that, get fall ball ready, and so maybe not trying to worry too much about the injuries, but it does make it more interesting for these summer league games. And 2-1 count out of Mita as the next pitch he sees bounces in before it gets to the plate.
So, Ray, he is one of 8 players from Guilford Community College, or Tech, here this evening for the Locos.
And it's kind of nice as the next pitch is outside ball 3. It's kind of nice when you have so many people from either the same high school or the same college, that chemistry that you already built so far. And with a guy like this on the mound, some of those guys in the outfield and the defensive positions behind him know what he's capable of throwing and kind of know already what to expect. But he throws a 5-pitch walk to Anthony Mita, who's now walked twice in today's contest. Kind of sound like a broken record at this point when we talk about Anthony Mita walking.
That's right. That's right. So, first and second, we're Badgett and Meter on the base. First and second, and now Will Hook coming up, already has a single. Followed by that, we have Austin Williams, who, in my book, has a single. And so we got some ball players, some hitters coming up.
Will Hood in the cleanup spot. Could do a lot of cleanup damage here.
I did Jason wrong over there. We got bases loaded. That's why I'm looking
Can't
over
forget
here.
about Jason,
I know.
right? Well, it's tough to see with the...
I'm a different part of the press box here. I got to get used to this, even though it's the wind blowing. I think I'm the only one that allows to have wind in this press box.
You're the
So
one with
sorry.
the open window, yeah.
That's pretty nice. He does have a fan over here.
But we have been moving around. I mean, a lot of moving parts. We have the new little stand-up area, and the tables were put aside, so it's not standing. It's been pretty nice. It's 2-0 count now. Instead of 2-1 count.
It's been nice to kind of see the beginning stages, the process of this revamped press box. Started with the windows, got down the desk. You never know what might come out when we come here tomorrow.
3-1 count now to Will Hood, and a chance for a run to get walked in if Ray is not careful. And this part of the press box is part of the long renovation process of this field, sponsored by the town of Wake Forest, that should be done. I think they're estimating next summer, around the end of next year. as Will Hood's going to chop the next pitch he sees on the ground. The shortstop Ether will have to wait for it. Throws it over to third. They're going to say he's out. However, that does score a run.
Come up slowly over there.
The catcher, number 17,
And Nick
Austin
Badgett.
Williams.
He's had his fair share of knockouts, foul balls, being beat up by the base path. So I think he's good for the rest of this season when it comes to being beat up on.
So it's now a 3-2 lead for the Wake Forest Fungo in the bottom half of this third inning. That brings up Austin Williams, who singled, like you mentioned. We're going to put it down as a single. And he hits the first pitch he sees over to Ether. The one play over at second, over to first for a double play. So a good job by Ray to just limit the damage to 1 run. The Fungo retake the lead in the bottom half of the third. We'll be back for the fourth.
Audio Jungle.
PlumServe LLC technicians have over 20 years of experience in plumbing repair and services. They pride themselves in being a local, honest, and professional company. Let them give you a quote today on those needed upgrades in your home. Your choice for plumbing in Creedmoor, Oxford, Henderson, Durham, Raleigh, Chapel Hill, Cary, Apex, Stem, Garner, and the greater Triangle area. Visit their website today to schedule. You can contact them there as well. PlumServeLLC.com. Again, that's PlumServeLLC.com.
The Triangle's newest worship team, the Kingdom at Hand Praise Band, will be leading worship July 21st at Temple Wilson Church. Temple Wilson is located at 7369 US 301, Lacoma, North Carolina. The Recovery Alive service will begin at 7 p.m. Be a part of this free event debuting the Kingdom at Hand Praise Band.
King of all kings, Lord of all lords, your majesty reigns over all the earth. You alone are God.
For more information, please email goaliemusicman@gmail.com. The Triangle's newest worship team, the Kingdom at Hand Praise Band, will be leading worship July 21st at Temple Wilson Church. Temple Wilson is located at 7369 US 301, Lacoma, North Carolina. The Recovery Alive service will begin at 7 p.m. Be a part of this free event debuting the Kingdom at Hand Praise Band. For more information, please email goaliemusicman@gmail.com.
The extra hitter, number 16, Kel
Back
Wilkinson.
inside JB Flaherty Park. Josh Bartosa, Trey Snide with you for this call on nextdoorradio.com, the Nextdoor Radio app, and the Wake Forest Fungo YouTube live stream. A 3-2 lead thanks to a RBI single by Will Hood. Now as we reach the second half of this game after these next 3 batters, and Cale Richardson will swing at the first pitch he sees for strike 1. Ryan Manning still out there on the mound for the Fungo, despite giving up a run in back-to-back innings in relief work for Penn Seeley, who just went the 3 batters to start the contest.
Got somebody stretching there in the bullpen for the Fungo. See how long he goes. Now, I think, of course, the plan is for him to get through this inning, have 3 complete innings, and then potentially go to a different pitcher in the 4th. But it'd be good to see what Ryan can kind of do here to finish off his day. Gave it, like you mentioned, 1 in the second, 1 in the third. And there's been a lot of base runners, a lot of base people on base. So we'll give you a nice little easy inning, what we want to see.
First inning of work for Manning was the way of the walk and the hit by pitch, another pitch outside, 2-2. The last inning was those hard hit singles that were both hit under the glove of Lawson Wheeler. Nothing they could do on really either one of them, and a walk as well. And that one saw some hard hit balls. So kind of been hit around, walked around, and now they count even at 3-2. And I think Coach Jake Jones and the Wake Forest Fungo would like to see Manning get through this inning quickly, potentially bring in a new arm for the back half of this 7-inning contest. Payoff pitch from Manning. That one hit out towards right field directly at Will Hood, who will just stand under it and quickly make the play for the first out. Nice job by Manning to get the first out. That brings up Jordan Burrow for the second time.
I mean, you look at it, they scored 2 runs, but they only have 2 hits and a sac fly. Couple walks, hit by pitch. So it hasn't been a bad day for the pitching staff here for the Fungo.
It's been a lot of walks, and Burrow's going to chop the first one he sees foul just on the left side of the third base.
See, Coach Jones, this is how you make sure the third base coach over here was ecstatic. He wanted that call to be fair. Did all the dancing he could.
It's safe to say I don't think Coach Jake Jones took any drama or acting classes in high school or college. Maybe he can take a little summer class out there at Barton. We'll have to see. We can talk to him about it after the game, depending on how many more foul balls don't go their way. Burrow's going to hit that off-speed pitch into the shallow right field, and coming over and sliding to make the play is Martinez. Both him and Jellick and Hood at one point decided to try and make a run for it, but it'll be Martinez who runs all the way over to make the out, one of his several putouts in this contest.
Jellick wanted that one, but our second baseman for the Fungo said, you know what? I got this. You take it easy right now. I got you.
Martinez has had a lot of work so far in this contest. Couple of groundouts, couple of lineouts.
Go.
And that one, first pitch that Colby Cunningham sees as a strike, 0-1.
Talked a little bit about it before. Coming out a little bit easier inning for Ryan Manning would be huge for his confidence.
Cunningham's
Looks like we're going to get it here.
Chop that one, and they're going to say that Mita was able to make the catch before it hit the ground. So a nice inning of work for Ryan Manning. He goes 1-2-3. The Fungo will look to extend on their 3-2 lead in the bottom half of the fourth.
Well, we won't.
On behalf of everyone at Oliver's Towing for a Cure, in memory of Denise Ellis, Sandra Newton, along with all who have lost their battle, and in honor of all living survivors. 100% of all ticket sales and proceeds go to Pretty in Pink Foundation in Raleigh, North Carolina, on behalf of breast cancer awareness. The raffle tickets are for sale, $25 each, or 5 for $100. First place, custom wrap snap on toolbox, $2,500 value. Second, a Vase Texas Roadhouse gift card, that's $550 value. Third place, a Roku 55-inch TV, a $248 value. Fourth, breast cancer theme die-cast NASCAR and gas card, that's a $90 value. Fifth place, Still Magnolias gift card, $50 value. Sixth place, Fishing Creek gift basket. Drawing will be held at the Boyd GM on October 28th at 2 p.m. You do not have to be present to win. Again, 100% of all ticket sales and proceeds go to Pretty in Pink Foundation in Raleigh, North Carolina. For more information, you can contact 919-693-2520 for all purchases or questions. Pretty in Pink Foundation, sponsored by everyone at Oliver's Towing for a Cure, in memory of Denise Ellis, Sandra Newton, along with all who have lost their battle, and in honor of all living survivors. They are selling t-shirts and bracelets. T-shirts are starting at $12, depending on size, and bracelets are only $3 each. Towing for a Cure.
Bottom half of the fourth inning here for the Wake Forest Fungo. Josh Bartos again, Trey Snide bringing you the call. First pitch into Tommy Martinez was low and away for ball one. The next pitch, he's going to hit down the right field line. Going to drop. Will it be fair? Yes, it will. That should be extra bases. Martinez hustling for second. The throw is not cut off and not going to be in time. So a leadoff double for Tommy Martinez and another base runner in position for the Wake Forest Fungo.
That was a double all day long. He knew it coming off the bat. As soon as he hit it, he took off, rounded first. And again, we're talking about the right fielder for the Loco, and Burrows playing extremely short. And, of course, not on the line at all. So that was a hard hit, fly ball towards right field. Right fielder didn't have a chance.
Well, I'm bringing up Lawson Wheeler for the second time. He lined out directly to the center fielder way back in the first. Hitting .278 so far this season.
Got some dirt or some sand in the home plate umpire's face mask. You had to check that a little bit. I've been there.
So Martinez is standing on second. First pitch into Wheeler, high ball one.
We thought he missed that one. Of course, he didn't swing at it. He wanted it, though. He was upset himself for not swinging at it. It turned out to be a ball, so no harm foul.
Wheeler hits the next one he sees and skies it into shallow right field on the first base side. Trying to make a play over the wall was Norton, but was not able to do so.
I mean, a couple more inches to the left. That'd been an out.
The last thing you want to do after a leadoff double is get a shallow pop-up.
You got to look, first baseman there for the look. You got to go over the fence for that. Got to go over the fence.
Well, we saw
All or nothing here.
We've seen it a couple times as Wheeler's going to pop another pitch. He sees this one directly to the shortstop in Ethier, and he will get under it and make the grab. So first pop-up doesn't work. The second one does. And now one away for the Fungo, and that brings up Penn Seeley for the second time.
Now batting the DH,
Also not
number
happy
8,
with himself
Penn
after
Seeley.
back-to-back pop-ups. Threw his bat down in disgust. Bat came up and hit him in the legs.
That's not what you want to see from him. But speaking of that first baseman not going over to make the play, we saw a couple players, or we saw at least someone do it in that wild game we had. And the next pitch that Seeley sees, he's going to chop on the ground towards shortstop. But that will allow Martinez to advance to third. But after the leadoff double, back-to-back outs directly to the shortstop. And now 2 away, and the 4th run of the day for the Fungo now just 90 feet away.
You got a Stone and Yella coming up back-to-back. Both had a strikeout their last at bat. So Hunter Stone looking for some redemption here. Getting base hit, scores a run.
First pitch strike into Hunter Stone, who played at Wakefield High School.
Brand new football coach there at Wakefield this year, Jason Allery.
And you just have
I know, right?
all the information. Stone's going to sky that one into deep left center field. Who's going to go for it? It looks like it's going to be Cunningham just at the warning track. So a loud, deep third out, but after leadoff double from Martinez, the Fungo leave him stranding at third. And it's still a 3-2 game after 4. We'll be back for the top of the 5th.
Now's the best time of year to get more for your money on new Mahindras. Enjoy 0% interest or save thousands of dollars on rugged Mahindra tractors. That's more for less on many of Mahindra's best-selling models, with tractors that deliver more lift capacity, fuel efficiency, and built-in weight. Save more on Mahindra today. Visit Vanco Outdoor Equipment, your local Mahindra tractor dealer. 0% APR. Financing available for limited time only. See us or go to MahindraUSA.com for more information.
When you make the right decision, it feels good, like picking the perfect restaurant or the right clothes. It also feels really good making the right insurance decision. That's where State Farm agent Margie White can help. Stop in at 234 Raleigh Road in Henderson and let her help you select the right protection at the right price. State Farm agent Margie White will make sure you understand your State Farm coverages so you know what to expect when the unexpected happens. Stop by and visit today at 234 Raleigh Road or give her a call at 252-598-0163. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Guskin from the University of North Carolina at Greensboro.
Back inside, JB Flaherty part-time after the 5th inning. Josh Bartosik, Trey Snide in a 3-2 ball game in favor of the Wake Forest Fungo. Another man left stranding, but a new pitcher on the mound for Wake Forest. Saw Ryan Manning do 3 innings of work, just gave up the 2 runs. Chris Gruskin, the right-handed pitcher, just finished his freshman season out at UNC Greensboro. In 3 appearances, had 1 strikeout and 4 bunch of innings pitched, and had a 17.36 ERA. His first outing for the Fungo was July 1st against the Fuquay-Varina Twins. Went 2 innings, pitched 2 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, and a strikeout. This is his second outing of the season. Attended Broughton High School and played baseball all 4 years, and helped Broughton to the playoffs and was named an all-conference player. His grandfather played baseball at Wake Forest, and his father, James, played baseball and rugby at the University of Penn. So a big athletic and sport gene in that family. And Gruskin looking to, I guess you could say, make Dad and Grandpa proud to keep a hold of this 3-2 lead for the Fungo here in the top half of the 5th inning. First pitch to Grayson Southern is fouled off for strike 1.
Have you ever been to a rugby match?
I have not. I've
No, I'm telling
occasionally seen one on TV. I've catched glimpses of it. It's such a confusing sport and also such a scary one to watch at the same time because of the no pads. Southern fouls another one off 0-2.
So going on 3 years ago there in Clayton, I called a rugby match for the very first time in my career.
How did that go?
It was, for me, I mean, it was fun to watch, but didn't really know what I was doing, to be honest with you. But a lot of different. I saw a broken nose, broken leg, broken arm, and then they put some dirt on it, wrapped it up, and went right back out.
I mean, of course, that's how rugby
It was
players
unbelievable. I've
Another
never seen anything
foul
like it.
ball. Well, I mean, 'cause you always think that football's super dangerous, and you just see rugby, which is basically football without the pads. And every single player that is in rugby looks like they could squat 550 pounds.
Yeah.
Just a dangerous sport, man. And the next pitch that Southern sees at a chop on the ground towards Mina on the quick hop. He'll make the play over to Yellock. Nice little catch and throw from Mina and Yellock for the first out of the contest for Chris Gruskin and the first out of the top of the
Whoever
fifth.
gets Mita out of the transfer portal, of course, he decommitted, or he was at Campbell University, had a 338 batting average last year for Campbell University. And one of his teammates there at Campbell just got drafted by the Atlanta Braves here, Kohler.
Mm-hmm. And when we drafted just a few days ago, we
That's
saw
right.
a bunch of, let's stick in the ACC area, I guess, because we saw a bunch of ACC guys, 6 NC State Wolfpack. We saw, I believe, 7 Miami players get drafted. That one's going to be hit right up the middle by Parker Evans, right under the glove of Gruskin. So a one-out single for the Locos and a chance to bring this game back even.
Well, I was saying, whoever gets Mita, who entered the transfer portal here this summer after leaving Campbell, is getting a great ball player. And I'd like to say, we're going to ask who had a head coach or him later on, who's he's looking at to, or who's looking at him to attend their college.
I mean, Campbell's also just a tough lineup to crack. It really is. I mean, always been one of the, at least recently, been one of the more premier college baseball programs. We talked a lot about how they nearly made the super regionals playing at South Carolina in that regional as Ethier hits second pitch he sees fouled off, so no 2 count to him, who is 1 for 2 on the day. He's singled back in the third.
That goes on to the softball field behind us.
But the MLB draft, we saw a bunch of guys get drafted. Some in the colleges around here, like you mentioned, Campbell, and a bunch of ACC guys. We saw a bunch of SEC guys. LSU, I think, had 12 players drafted and another single on the day for Caden Ethier. That'll put it a runner on first and second with 1 gone and put the tying run in scoring position.
Now batting the second baseman, number 18, Joe Specht.
Brings up Joe Specht, who's 0 for 2 on today's contest.
And 2 singles for Ethier. Again, both were line drives under the third base line, or the third baseman, Lawson. So 2 on, 1 out. Here for the Fungo.
First pitch from Gruskin into Specht is inside for ball 1. And again, then on the top of the 5th inning, it's basically the top of the 7th in this 7-inning game. When in a 1-run game, it is pretty tightly contested. So the Locos will try their best to not leave these runners stranded. They've already left 3 stranded in today's contest.
Back to the rugby thing. If you head up to Clayton next time you're following the Fungo or whatnot, over the Clayton Football Club is what they call it. They built a brand new stadium over there. It's phenomenal, right? They were building it when I was doing beginning stages of it, getting support from the town and things like that, and it's a great little stadium. So if you're over there, you know what I'm saying.
I'm going to have to check it out. I mean, it is a sport, like I mentioned, that is just terrifying to watch in my mind with the no pads and all the
I'm not doing it.
broken bones, like you said.
I ain't doing it. I used to live where I taught next to a footballer, a rugby player. He was skinnier than me.
Well, see, that's just terrifying because that I just feel like he's going to get twisted up like a pretzel out there. And that's a 5-pitch walk to Joe Specht, and that loads the bases up in a crucial 5th inning. So Gruskin getting himself into a bit of a jam here. Brings up Sam Norton, who doubled his last time up in the 3rd to bring home the tying run when it was 2-2, has a chance to bring in the tying and the leading run in today's contest right here in the 5th and his 3rd time up. He's going to hit the first pitch he sees on the air to Tommy Martinez, who will run in to make the play.
Huge out there.
So a huge second out on 1 pitch. Tommy Martinez, who we've mentioned a lot defensively, has made a lot of plays in the field. Had to really run in for that one. So that brings up Josh Cope, who pitched a couple of innings in today's contest. Just kidding, it's not Josh Cope. It is a new batter for the Locos, number 27, CJ Acosta.
27.
27, CJ Acosta, who is known for his pitching stats. at Fife University, had a 27 ERA in 2 appearances with a strikeout in 1.2 innings pitched. He's got a 1-1 count to him. Does Gruskin. Picasso was a member of the Catawba baseball team as a freshman, but didn't see any action before transferring to Pfeiffer. He swings through the next pitch he sees. He fouls that one off into the glove. 1-2. That pitch will be grounded on the ground towards, you guessed it, Tommy Martinez, who will sling it over to first to Jellick for a big out. So bases loaded, 1 gone. The Fungo get 2 quick outs to hold on to that 1-run lead. They'll take that at the bottom of the 5th.
Welcome to the town of Wake Forest, home of Fungo Baseball. We're glad you have joined us today in the Forest, and we're especially proud to have Mitchell Heating and Cooling as a sponsor and a supporter of Wake Forest Fungo Baseball. Mitchell Heating and Cooling's rich tradition is built on a reputation of quality, integrity, and a great value for the customer's dollar. For over 50 years, Mitchell Heating and Cooling has continuously met its customers' needs by maintaining, servicing, designing, and installing quality systems that will stand the test of time. Mitchell Heating and Cooling is a premier-level Train comfort specialist that has been certified by Train as having met Train's stringent standards and is committed to being the best in every aspect of business. Reach out to us today at MitchellHVAC.com for all your heating and cooling needs. Enjoy your day here in the Forest, and roll Fungo!
Hey, we made it easy for you here on Next Door Radio and NextDoorRadio.com. Available now by way of the Google and Apple Store is the Next Door Radio app. Anywhere you want to go, you can take Next Door with you. All the local talk programs, all local sports, and a great mix of 70s, 80s classic rock you can now take anywhere you want to go by download the Next Door Radio app today. Available Google and Apple stores.
Bottom half of the 5th inning, still a 3-2 lead for your Wake Forest Fungo. Josh Bartosa joined alongside Trey Snyder on NextDoorRadio.com, the Next Door Radio app, and the Wake Forest Fungo YouTube live stream. New pitcher on the mound for the Loco. That's Jack Ratliff, the right-handed pitcher, 6'4", 190 out of Greensboro, North Carolina. Now at Guilford Tech Community College. Had an 8.55 ERA. Was originally a Barton commit. And was a top 1,000 player in the nation by perfect game, including a top 100 player in North Carolina. And the first pitch that Jason Yellick sees going to hit deep out in towards center field, but directly into Cunningham's glove after a few steps back. So 1 pitch, 1 out for the new pitcher on the mound for the Locos.
And 4 hits for the Fungo to this point. And 4 hits for Locos. So an even match, 1-run game. And we'll talk about a little bit, it's only a 7-inning game. Because of the heat, because of the pitch count, it's going to be interesting. Every run counts right now.
So lineup rolls over for the 3rd time. This is Jason Arndt, who looks at the first pitch strike. So finishing up on Ratcliffe, an 8.55 ERA at Guilford Tech Community College. But before that, we're going to get a single down the left field line for Jason Arndt. He thought about 2, but decides to smartly head back to first. So a single with 1 out for Jason Arndt, his 2nd single of the day. That brings up Nick Badgett.
Watch out. Back-to-back singles. There for Jason Arndt. Got some speed on the base pass. For speed coming up the bat. Already has a single in Nick Badgett himself.
Badgett, who flew out in the first, reached on an error in the 3rd inning. One of the errors, not errors, that we've seen so far in this contest. Ratcliffe's first pitch off the outside edge for ball 1.
It's a single in my book. Literally. That's what I wrote down.
Yeah, everyone's book is a little bit different. But in 20 innings pitched at Guilford Tech for Ratcliffe, he had 17 strikeouts, 15 walks. Runner will go. He's going to get in there safe, and that ball's going to get out into center. If Arndt recognized that sooner, could have potentially gone to third, but a wild throw behind the dish from Evans. Arndt didn't even attempt to make a slide, just the ball went right behind him.
I'm not sure he could have made it because it went into the outfield, but the good back up there by the center fielder, there, Cunningham for the Locos.
So 1-1 count now to Nick Badgett and 1 gone. Now a runner in scoring position. That pitch fouled off down the right field line for strike 2.
He's upset he swung at that one. He's bad in himself. Jumped up and down. Swung at a ball 2.
Has 12 RBIs on the season, looking for number 13. And a big one to extend the lead to 2 in the bottom of this 5th inning, which would only give the Locos 6 outs to score 2 runs in this 7-inning contest. Badgett swings at that one again, another off-speed pitch, and he fouls it down the right field line yet again. So we'll do the 1-2 once more. Fungo, who have left 5 runners stranded on base today, not looking to do that. Last one was Tommy Martinez, who they left stranded at third back in the 4th after his leadoff double. That pitch inside, 2-2.
I want to remind you, coming up tomorrow is our final Thirsty Thursday of the year. $2 specials. Well, Domestics, of course, our local brewery, proud sponsor of the Fungo Blackbird Brewing Company.
2-2 pitch. They're going to say got the inside corner. A nice off speed. Badge doesn't like the call, but a strikeout looking for Ratliff. And a big second out with Anthony Mita up to the dish.
No, he didn't like that strikeout, but that was a fantastic breaking ball by Ratcliffe.
That front door slider, if executed perfectly, is always a pitch that seems to freeze batters because you think it's going to come in and hit you, and then it just seems to catch the inside corner. That played that one off the outside. Ball 1 to Anthony Mita, who, if I was a betting man, he's got 2 walks today. If I was a betting man, he's got 2 walks today. I would just have to guess he's going to get his 3rd walk in this at-bat. Don't quote me on that, of course, and obviously don't bet on my word as a broadcaster. The announcer jinx runs very rampant here at JB Flaherty Park.
That's a fact.
But 2-0 count now to Anthony Mita. Make that a 2-1 count. Heard the home plate umpire's voice kind of crack on that strike call. So 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 gone. A runner on second in a 3-2 ball game in the bottom of the 5th. That pitch high for ball 3. So 3-1 count now to Anthony Mita, the shortstop tonight. 7 RBIs on the season. Has really come into his own these last few games after getting the Mitchell Heating and Cooling co-player of the game last Saturday. That pitch outside for, you guessed it, another walk. So maybe I should try and enter the lottery once or twice.
Now batting from UNC Pembroke.
Although I feel like the odds of Anthony Mita getting a walk are much, much higher than me winning the lottery.
Just put number 6. That's all you got to do.
So that brings up Will Hood, who in your book singled in the 1st and then singled again in the 3rd. That one was no contest. So 2 for 2 on the day is Will Hood, now 2 runners on. That breaking ball never really broke. So 1-0 count to Will Hood. Looking to extend not just the inning, but the lead for the Fungo in a 3-2 ball game, bottom of the 5th. That pitch off the outside, 2-0.
Good pitch.
Next pitch on the outside corner. 2-1 with 2 gone here to Will Hood, who went 0-2 in their 8-3 loss to the Zookeepers on Monday. And then they came back with an 8-3 win of their own yesterday against Edenton. That pitch low and away, ball 3.
So, of course, you just mentioned back on June 11th, they got the win, 8-3 over Edenton in the Steamers. They play then tomorrow here for Thirsty Thursday, and then back-to-back games, Wilmington and Clayton.
3-1 pitch fouled off, so a full count with 2 gone. And there's a lot of away games in this month of July for the Fungo. Just 5 more home games after this one, and tomorrow the last Thursday. But I think there's at least 10 or 12 games total left on the schedule besides those home games, and a very, very busy month of July. Lots of away games. It's a lot of traveling for the Fungo. Both runners will go. That pitch goes well wide. Wouldn't have mattered that it went behind Evans' glove. So it's a full count walk. Now the bases are loaded for Austin Williams.
Now batting from Methodist College, number 17, Austin Williams.
Williams, who singled in the first, then grounded into that double play back in the third. Looking to break this game open. Runners occupying every base. 2 gone. First pitch from Ratliff, right down the middle, strike one. Williams thought about swinging and held back just slightly. Ratliff working fast. That pitch going to be hit skied out towards center field, running in to make the play. And completing it will be Cunningham. So the Fungo leave the bases loaded in the bottom of the 5th, but they still hold that 1-run lead. They'll take that into the top of the 6th inning. We'll be right back on Next Door Radio.
Audio Jungle.
PlumServe LLC technicians have over 20 years of experience in plumbing repair and services. They pride themselves in being a local, honest, and professional company. Let them give you a quote today on those needed upgrades in your home. Your choice for plumbing in Creedmoor, Oxford, Henderson, Durham, Raleigh, Chapel Hill, Cary, Apex, Stem, Garner, and the greater Triangle area. Visit their website today to schedule. You can contact them there as well. PlumServeLLC.com. Again, that's PlumServeLLC.com. Ready to get back in the game? Great news. The movement experts at Breakthrough Physical Therapy can help athletes and their families find pain relief with lasting results to keep you off the sidelines. With over 20 convenient locations across North Carolina and South Carolina, contact Breakthrough today at breakthrough-pt.com to see a physical therapist. Breakthrough Physical Therapy, a trusted choice for keeping athletes and their fans in the game. Hey, we made it easy for you here on Next Door Radio and nextdoorradio.com. Available now by way of the Google and Apple Store is the Next Door Radio app. Anywhere you want to go, you can take Next Door with you. All the local talk programs, all local sports, and a great mix of 70s, 80s, classic rock, you can now take anywhere you want to go by download the Next Door Radio app today. Available Google and Apple stores.
Audio Jungle.
Number 15, Thomas Bowman.
Thomas Bowman leads off the top of the 6th inning here at J.B. Flaherty Park. The Wake Forest Fungo with a 3-2 lead. Josh Bartosik joined alongside Trey Snide for the nextdoorradio.com call. Also on the Next Door Radio app and the Wake Forest Fungo YouTube live stream. The homeland umpire has some choice words for...
No, the ball went out. They were tossing the ball and went outside the bullpen. Got into the field of play.
Good eye by you there, Trey.
I got you, baby.
So Chris Gruskin's still on the mound. The first pitch that he throws into Thomas Bowman is a ball low and away. Bowman fouls the next pitch off, 1-1. Another foul ball from Bowman, so a 1-2 count to the leadoff man for the 6th. The Locos now down to their final 6 outs in this 7-inning contest. It's an interesting change of pace after the wild few games we had. We saw the long, nearly 4-hour game in the contest that involved several position players, and then last Saturday against Friday, I should say, against Fuquay, we had a lengthy rain delay, and then the game was officially stopped when it was 8-0 because the umpires just decided they wanted to go home.
Well, that, and there was also thunder and lightning.
Well, yeah, but it's, I think it's a little,
when we left, it was thunder and lightning. So
this is true. It's a little more fun to say that umpires just got up and left. But it has been it was a weird homestand, and a full count walk issued to Thomas Bowman.
Now batting number
So
16,
leadoff man
Caleb
aboard
Richardson.
for the High Point Locos.
I like to give some credit to what they have going on.
Well, it was
They
a
do
good
good.
umpire group.
That's
as
right.
well.
They do a good job. They were very patient.
Most people would have ended the game after the hour-long delay, but they
That's
said,
right.
let's wait another 30 minutes. And to the avail of the Fungo, they were able to come away with that 8-0 victory. which was their 7th in a row. The first pitch that Richardson sees a slow swing.
It's a whoop swing.
An 0-1 count to the extra hitter. So 0 for 2 in today's contest. Struck out looking back in the second and flew out to right field. A pickoff move nearly got him.
Man. Brad, I told the broadcast crew one day I'm going to bring a video camera up here regarding the TV so we can do some replay. I'm just saying. One day.
Because Bowman would maybe have gotten in there by just a half a step, but
Be legit, right?
the replay, like you said, and Bowman's going to go on the next pitch he sees, but that pitch is going to be flied out into shallow right field. But Hood and Jellick cannot come in to make the play, so an 0-2 count. And lucky for Bowman, who didn't really turn his head around until the ball was nearly on the ground, and if that was caught, would have been an easy double play turn for the Wake Forest Fungo. Instead, it's an 0-2 count. The runner on first for Cale Richardson, in danger of going 0 for 3 on the day. From Danville, Virginia. 6'4", 215, that big right-hander. 0-2 pitch from Gruskin. Bowman's going to go again. They're going to say it's strike 3, and the ball's going to get away, and Bowman's going to try and go for third. The throw down. They're going to get him in plenty of time, and that will go.
Yeah, baby.
So a unconventional double play on the called third strike looking for Richardson, and then the interesting decision on a ball that just kind of died in the deep infield by Bowman to try and test the throw down to third, but he was out in plenty of time. So nice throw down from Mita over to Wheeler. And they got him by at least a couple of steps.
Plenty. Yeah.
Not even close. We don't need that instant replay that you want to bring. We wouldn't need that at all for that.
It's coming. That's all I'm saying. It's coming.
Ready for the last game of the season. Little sneak peek for next year, perhaps. Jordan Burrow faces a 3-0 count with 2 gone. If you're Thomas Bowman, the last thing you want to do is get an out on the base pass, and that next pitch is in there for a strike, especially on a play where he could have just stayed at second and been totally fine. A interesting decision by him, and a costly one because that could have been the tying run. Oh, first base umpire says he did not go. Checked his swing, so another walk with 2 outs issued to Jordan Burrow. That brings up Colby Cunningham, who is 0 for 2 in today, but did get a sacrifice fly back in the second to cut the lead in half. Cunningham smacks the first pitch he sees on the ground towards Martinez. He'll flip it over to Mita, who will jump up and then quickly get down for the out. The third and final one of this 6th inning. So a wacky little inning for the Locos. But they're down to their final 3 outs. The Fungo look to extend on their lead one last time, potentially the bottom half of the 6th.
Action Graphics is a family-owned and operated business located in Oxford at 603 Roxborough Road. Anything you might need for your business, home, or just because, Action Graphics has you covered. Sign, screen printing, and embroidery, digital printed signs, vinyl signs, banners, routed signs, sandblasted signs, laser etching, plaques, trophies, and more. Also screen printing, metal plasma cutting. Action Graphics has many more surfaces. All you have to do is ask. Call today at 919-690-1260.
The Triangle's newest worship team, the Kingdom at Hand Praise Band, will be leading worship July 21st at Temple Wilson Church. Temple Wilson is located at 7369 US 301, Lacoma, North Carolina. The Recover Your Live service will begin at 7 p.m. Be a part of this free event debuting the Kingdom at Hand Praise Band.
King of all kings, Lord of all lords, your majesty reigns over all the earth. You, Lord of God.
For more information, please email goaliemusicman@gmail.com. The Triangle's newest worship team, the Kingdom at Hand Praise Band, will be leading worship
worship July 21st at Temple Wilson Church. Temple Wilson is located at 7369 US 301, Lacoma, North Carolina. The Recover Your Live service will begin at 7 p.m. Be a part of this free event debuting the Kingdom at Hand Praise Band. For more information, please email goaliemusicman@gmail.com. Hey, we made it easy for you here on Next Door Radio and nextdoorradio.com. Available now by way of the Google and Apple Store is the Next Door Radio app. Anywhere you want to go, you can take Next Door with you. All the local talk programs, all local sports, and a great mix of 70s, 80s, classic rock, you can now take anywhere you want to go by download the Next Door Radio app today. Available Google and Apple Store.
Audio Jungle.
Right-hander number 1, Sammy Edwards. And leading off the
Bottom half of the sixth inning, potentially the final at-bats for the Wake Forest Fungo. Hold a 3-2 lead over the High Point Locos. Josh Bartosik, Trey Snide bringing you the call on the Next Door Radio app, nextdoorradio.com, and the Wake Forest Fungo YouTube live stream. New pitcher for the Locos and Sammy Edwards. Normally a second baseman, he has a nice little sidearm action. First pitch he throws to Tommy Martinez, fouled off for strike one.
His graduation year at the Burlington School. State champions there for the Burlington School.
And while playing at the Burlington School, he hit .313 with 29 RBIs and 13 stolen bases, helped lead that team to the state championship. Nice off-speed pitch off the outside corner, or on the outside corner. 0-2 count now to Tommy Martinez, who's 1 for 1, walked back in the first, had that leadoff double in the fourth before getting stranded on third base. So Sammy Edwards looking to keep the deficit at just 1 for the Locos. Fungo scored 2 in the bottom of the first. Then the Locos came back, scored 1 in the top of the second and the top of the third. For the Fungo, retook the lead in the bottom of the third. And we've had 2.5 scoreless innings since. Next pitch fouled off. Martinez on the a little bit of a sinker action there. So a bunch of off-speed pitches from the new pitcher in Sammy Edwards. And then tried to ring him up with a fastball, but Edwards able to get a piece of it. Edwards fires on the 1-2. That one's going to be hit out into the gap in right field. The second baseman playing just a little too far to the left. So a leadoff single for Martinez. He's 2 for 2 on the day.
Nice little crowd here in
Now batting from Elon
the town of Wake Forest for Wednesday Hump Day. Baseball, baby.
It helps when, like you mentioned, it's like a mid-80-degree day, nice little breeze, not too much humidity. Granted, not too much humidity in North Carolina, so like 50%. So you'll take what you can get in the state of North Carolina, especially in July. Now Lawson Wheeler up for his third at-bat. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Looks at a first pitch strike.
Well, first pitch was 87 degrees. We've dropped all the way down to 83. So based on the computer here, got a haze in the sky, which I'm not sure what that means, but there you go.
Well, nice little sunset off to our right. Sunsets in North Carolina over the summer are always so pretty. I think a couple days ago was a pink one. The next pitch to Wheeler nearly rides up on him in the face, but he moves out of the way for a 1-1 count.
Nice little insurance run will be extremely helpful here. Again, 3-2, only 3 more outs to get for the Fungo, but 1 insurance run be beneficial here.
The 1-1 pitch to Wheeler, he's going to foul that one off down the third base side. So a 1-2 count to the third baseman, lined out to center, and popped up in the fourth.
Got some speed on the base pass. Not a huge lead over there.
So the 1-2 pitch gets him on. Never mind, it is a 2. Now it's a 2-2 count. He may have changed. His decision did look like that was pretty sure that first pitch was a strike, then there was a foul ball. So I don't know if he changed his mind or if he just forgot the count. But a 2-2 count now to Lawson Wheeler with Martinez standing on first base. Needs a swing at that one well ahead of the off-speed pitch. For the first out of the bottom of the sixth, Wheeler now 0 for 3 in today's contest.
Starting pitcher for the Fungo coming in, who is also the DH today, Penn Seeley.
0 for 2 on the day. He did bat earlier in the year. That was way back on June 14th against the Clayton Clovers. Pinch ran, I should say, and then came around to score a run. Another pickoff move, that one not in time to Martinez. It's the second one they've tried on the base runner, who has 4 stolen bases on the year.
I want to give a shout out real quick to the mayor of Wake Forest, Vivian Jones, who is in the stands here this evening. We appreciate her support, of course, for the Wake Forest Fungo.
And Penn Seeley gets his first hit of the day and the first hit of the season. So he can pitch and he can hit. I know we say it a lot of times,
Give
but
him the ball.
Shohei Ohtani, anyone?
That's right. Give him the ball.
Give him the game ball first.
That's right.
That brings up Hunter Stone for the third time. 0 for 2 in today's contest, looking to bring home the 4th run of the day for the Fungo, standing at second base in the form of Tony Martinez and looking to bring home his 10th RBI of the season.
Patient pitcher here. Good breaking ball.
Nice breaking ball off speed to Hunter Stone and Sammy Edwards, who's been pretty good at those so far in today's contest, but working slowly, like you mentioned. There's no pitch clock out here in the Summer League, as the major leagues and minor leagues have started going towards that pitch clock, so he can take as long as he wants. Next sidearm pitch well outside for ball 1.
Also, shout out to Commissioner Wake Forest. Keith Shackelford was in attendance here this evening as well.
Well, Vivian's been here a few days. We saw her in the big position player game last week, and I believe last Wednesday as well. So she loves coming out to support the local Wake Forest Fungo as Stone swings another off-speed pitch. That low and away slider, it's been absolutely deadly so far for Sammy Edwards on the mound.
Very patient pitcher. Yeah, a lot of movement on that breaking ball. One of those looked like it almost broke my ankles. I'm not even playing. So there's that. But very patient. Got a good fastball as well.
So a 1-2 pitch. That one's going to be hit on the ground by Stone over to shortstop. Can only make the one play over to first. So Ethier throws over to Norton for the second out of the inning. That allows both runners to advance to second and third. Now 2 down, and Jason Yelich up for the third time.
Good for Yelich to be able to move these runner over. Score a run here. Again, 263 on the year. Have 19 at-bats, 29 plate appearances.
Yelich swings at the first pitch he sees, strike 1. 0-2 on the day. Strikeout looking in line out to center field, but the first of the day would be a big one that would potentially would at least score 1, potentially score 2 runs. And a 3-run lead going into the top of the final inning would be huge. That pitch gets behind Evans, but Martinez will not test him at third.
Be a good time for Jason Yelich to get his 7th RBI of the year. Speed on the base paths, second and third, 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the 6th course, we're playing only 7 innings today.
Yelich did have 2 RBIs in a 1-for-4 outing yesterday against the Steamers. That pitch off the outside corner, 1-2. So chance to do something similar with a 2 RBI single perhaps for Yelich, but a 1-2 count, 2 gone. Runners on second and third, and Sammy Edwards trying to keep it a 1-run deficit for the Locos. That pitch off the outside, 2-2. Sammy Edwards taking his long little sidearm movement. That pitch off the outside for a full count. So making Edwards work on the mound. Again, this righty v lefty matchup, it works in favor for Yelich. Edwards fires the payoff pitch. That one bounces in the dirt, and that might be allowed to get Martinez home, and it will. He slides in safely to the passed ball instead of the walk. Makes it a 4-2 game, and there's that insurance run that you wanted, Trey.
Look, up by 2 now. Jason Arndt has an opportunity to bat in another with 2 outs here. He already has 2 singles on the year. We're talking a little bit about it, where if he can get hot, these 2 singles will help him not only raise his batting average on the year, but it will allow him to get a little bit more confidence.
So this brings up Jason Arndt. For the 3rd time, he has 2 singles in today's contest. Now runners on 1st and 3rd. First pitch high, ball 1, and that's just an unlucky break for Edwards on the mound. Evans couldn't make the play on the 4th ball. So actually, it's not going to be Jason Arndt. It's actually going to be Alex Impasamato pinch hitting in a 1-1 count. Impasamato went 1 for 3 with an RBI in the loss on Monday to the Zookeepers.
Coming in a hit for Wake Forest, number 11, Alex Impasamato from Gulf State College.
Hitting at 265 on the year with 7 RBIs. Pasamato hits the next pitch he sees out into shallow right field. Coming over to make the play will be Burrow for the 3rd and final out. But the Wake Forest Fungo get that insurance run, an unearned insurance run on the wild pitch. And that will make it a 4-2 game where the final 3 batters come up for the High Point Locos.
Welcome to the town of Wake Forest, home of Fungo Baseball. We're glad you have joined us today in the Forest, and we are especially proud to have Mitchell Heating and Cooling as a sponsor and a supporter of Wake Forest Fungo Baseball. Mitchell Heating and Cooling's rich tradition is built on a reputation of quality, integrity, and a great value for the customer's dollar. For over 50 years, Mitchell Heating and Cooling has continuously met its customers' needs by maintaining, servicing, designing, and installing quality systems that will stand the test of time. Mitchell Heating and Cooling is a premier-level Trane comfort specialist that has been certified by Trane as having met Trane's stringent standards and is committed to being the best in every aspect of business. Reach out to us today at mitchellhvac.com for all your heating and cooling needs. Enjoy your day here in the Forest, and roll Fungo!
Hey, we made it easy for you here on Next Door Radio and nextdoorradio.com. Available now by way of the Google and Apple Store is the Next Door Radio app. Anywhere you want to go, you can take Next Door with you. All the local talk programs, all local sports, and a great mix of 70s, 80s classic rock you can now take anywhere you want to go by download the Next Door Radio app today. Available Google and Apple stores.
Top of the 7th inning for the Wake Forest Fungo against the High Point Locos. Josh Bartosa joined alongside Trey Snide here at JB Flaherty Park on nextdoorradio.com, the Nextdoor Radio app, and the Wake Forest Fungo YouTube live stream. Final 3 outs for the Locos and a chance for the Fungo to win their 9th out of their last 10th game. But on the mound to try and close it out for the Fungo will be number 5, Aiden Brown, who we last saw a couple games ago against the Clayton Clovers, where he went 1 inning, gave up 2 hits, no runs, no walks, and a strikeout. A 7.12 ERA on the season, and 6.1 innings pitched, 5 runs against, 5 walks, and 9 Ks. And he'll go up against 2 of the bottom hitters, that being number 9 and number 10. Hitters on the day, Grayson Southern and Parker Evans, and then rolls back up to the top of the lineup in Caden Ethers, who is 2 for 3 on the day. So Chance to get some quick outs if you are Aiden Brown. Trying to close it out in a 1-run game for the Wake Forest Fungo.
And looking for his second save of the year. Of course, he's been, like you mentioned, been in 7 games to this point.
First pitch rides inside, ball 1.
And Jake Jones, the head coach for the Fungo, has gone to him late in the ball game to kind of get those final couple outs. A lot of his appearances this year were late in the inning or late in the game where they weren't save opportunities because of that 7-game winning streak for the Fungo. They didn't really need to have come in for a save because you're winning by 10.
I mean, they had several games during that stretch that had the mercy rule and a couple that ended early but were on their way to being a mercy rule as Southern fouls the next pitch he sees off. So 1-2 count now. And you got to like that if you're Aiden Brown, with Jake Jones showing the confidence that he has in you as a pitcher. I mean, from Belmont Abbey, looking to maybe find a new home potentially, but he's had a really, really stellar summer so far, and he's continued to improve. And a chance for a big save opportunity, but the next pitch that Southern sees is going to chop it over into the glove of Tommy Martinez, who's made several plays like that tonight, for a crucial first out at the top of this 7th inning.
Parker Evans.
That brings up Parker Evans, who is 1 for 2 on the day. From Rockingham Community College, hit 185 with 3 runs and 3 RBIs, and went to Southern Alamance High School out of Snow Camp, North Carolina.
Good pitch.
That pitch going to be at the knees for strike 1. Brown gets Evans a swing at the next one in the dirt, 0-2. So he's working quickly so far. Already 1 gone, 1 strike away from 2 gone before getting to the top of the lineup for the 4th time. 0-2 pitch from Brown to be fouled off. Evans just stays alive in the count, 0-2.
The Fungo have been extremely efficient there in the pitching staff. They only 4 hits allowed, 3 strikeouts, 4 walks, and of course some flyouts in between. But it's been very efficient by this coaching staff, or this pitching staff of the Fungo.
0-2 pitch swung on and missed. Aiden Brown blew the fastball right by him. And 2 quick outs. The Fungo 1 away from another win.
Oz Williams has a laugh with the umpire there.
His throw over to third kind of dribbled its way down there. But this brings up Caden Ethier, the shortstop, who's 2 for 3, has 2 singles. Been the best hitter of the day for the Locos. He's hit the first pitch he sees out behind towards center field. Going to go over the head of the center fielder in Badgett, and that's going to be a stand-up double. So we just talked about Ethier being the best hitter. He gets a stand-up 2-out double and a big one to bring the tying run to the plate.
Eddie Brown's got to settle down here. Getting made a great pitch, but just a better hit by Ethier, who has 2 singles, 1 double on the day.
And that ball just kind of kept carrying out towards center field. I mean, Badger really had to hustle for that one and just got over his head. But that brings up Joe Speck, the second baseman, who's 0 for 2, walked back in the 5th after flying out and grounding out.
Well, he's been left on base twice here this evening after getting those first 2 singles. We'll see if we can do that with one more out to go before we call it quits here this evening.
First pitch bounces on at the plate, 1-0 to Joe Specht.
Crowd still filing in here in Wake Forest. That's good to see.
So 4-2 lead for the Fungo, but the tying run at the plate after a Caden Ether stand-up double with 2 gone. 1-0 pitch going to be grounded down the line towards first. Diving over to stop it in front and making the third and final out will be Jason Yellick. And the Fungo will roll their way to another win. 9 out of their last 10, a 4-2 win over the High Point Locos, and a crucial one at that.
What a game again, only a 7-inning game. That only lasted less than 2 hours here this evening. 1 hour and 50-minute ball game to finish off this ball game. We've talked a little bit about it. Very efficient from the pitching staff today. 5 hits, 4 strikeouts, 4 walks. Finishing off with a save there in Aiden Brown. You got to like what Penn Seeley came in to do. He got the first 3 outs of the ball game. Came in and stayed in the game and got his first hit of the regular season. So, we probably might Mitchell, player of the game, I'm not going to give it away just yet, but it was a good ball game.
Great ball game, an efficient one at that for the Wake Forest Fungo. They now 9 out of their last 10. Their one loss coming to the Asheboro Zookeepers. They'll be back here looking to make it 10 out of their last 11 tomorrow night against the Edenton Steamers in the final Thursday of the season. But that will do it for us here on NextDoorRadio.com. For Trace Knight, I'm Josh Partosa. We thank you for listening to Wake Forest Fungo Baseball, and we'll see you tomorrow night.